I believe that Miss Miller is suffering from iron deficient anemia, which is the most common type of nutritional disorder that is found worldwide and is most commonly affected in toddlers, adolescent girls, and women of childbearing age. There's several causes that can be caused by it: dietary, impaired absorption, increased requirement, and chronic blood loss. And obviously, because she's female, she can have a worsening of this iron deficient anemia because of her menses, depending on how bad it is and how much blood loss she suffers each month. The symptoms that she presents with are pretty key on to iron deficient anemia. So going on, we will talk like we are speaking to Miss Miller. Hi, Miss Miller. I believe you are suffering potentially from what is known as iron deficiency anemia, which is a very, very common cause of anemia, and many people suffer from it. Usually women of childbearing age, especially because of your menses, adolescent girls, toddlers, and there are so many things that we can do to easily remedy these symptoms that you're having with the fatigue and the tiredness and the shortness of breath, and that I'll go further into that. There's a couple of different treatments that we can do. Usually the most common thing that we would do would be for you to take an iron pill every day to help increase those levels. Very, very rarely do people actually need to have iron done by IV. That's usually when you find them having like really low levels, or if they need blood transfusions, but I don't believe you are anywhere near that point right now. It's anemia is caused by not having enough iron in your blood, the hemoglobin binding together, which is what's causing that fatigue that you're suffering from right now. And there's a few things that we can do to, like I said, that we can do to remedy that. If you're a frequent blood donor, this can actually increase your chances of having this deficiency, because your body sometimes just can't make up quickly enough what you have given away. So, if you're a blood donor, you may want to go a little bit longer in between how often you're donating blood. Your dietary intake can also be a cause of this as well. If you're a vegetarian, you're missing out on those proteins and the red blood that is actually given by those organ meats and everything else that a person who eats meat will generally be able to take as well. And also depending on how bad your period is each month, that can be a factor as well. So some of the things, like I said, we can start you on an iron pill, increasing those red meats, poultries, porks, that kind of thing. Or if you're not so much into eating the meat, getting those green leafy vegetables such as your spinaches, kales, having that every single day. Those iron-rich foods are really going to help make a difference in increasing those levels. And also, you can actually eat dried fruits like raisins, iron-fortified breads, pastas, cereals, and actually, believe it or not, increasing the amount of vitamin C that you intake, because some people who actually, they just have a deficiency in absorbing iron in general, which is something that could be going on with you as well. And if that is a factor, by increasing that absorption, increasing that vitamin C, then you can actually help your body absorb that iron. So, like grapefruit and orange juice and, all that sort of good stuff that you could do as well. Also, I know you're pretty active and everything. Try and take it easy as well with the ibuprofens, the aspirins for pains and whatnot as well, because those do act as blood thinners, which can inadvertently lead to internal bleeding as well, irritating the gastrointestinal lining, giving you ulcers, making you bleed internally, and we really don't want to have that happen either. So it's a really good idea to just kind of lay low on that as well and take that with minimum amounts. For right now, let's go ahead. We're going to get some labs drawn. We're going to see where you lie with your what's known as a complete blood count. So we're going to see where your white blood cells are, where your red blood cells are, what your actual iron levels are, if we need to do something further, what we need to change, if we need to give you more iron, if we need to, we'll go from there when we get those levels. But for now, go ahead and start on an over-the-counter iron tablet. That will start increasing those leafy green vegetables as well. If you're taking that iron tablet, make sure you take something as a stool softener as well, because those can actually be very constipating, and we don't want any other problems on top of what we're going through right now. And I'd like to see you back in about a month, and if anything gets worse, give a ring back. All right, thanks.